we'll go ahead and get started. Face front.
Yes, ma'am.
Balcony.
Yes, ma'am.
Student again.
Honor, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, courage, community.
Balcony.
Yes, ma'am.
Jumbi.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, from here, let's do 25 jumping jacks, 25 squats, 25 crunches, 10 push-ups, 2 sets. Go.
2 what?
2 sets. 3 times.
I just look at someone
Back
else.
off.
Someone
What can I do? I give him a knee. I take it down the ground. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Practice one, go. Right, totally done.
Okay, well. I squats.
Open hand. Knife hand.
Wow.
Not step there.
What?
After that double knife hand, you gotta step. Not a reverse spear hand, yes.
Yeah, push-ups next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Just 10 push-ups and then start the whole thing over again. Mr. Pike, read. Just 10, then start all over again.
Well, is that what set is?
Yes.
Okay. I know
Keep going,
what
Tate.
set was.
Keep going. And again. Keep going until everybody's done. Again, until everybody's done, you gotta keep doing that form. Is this your cycle to test, Mr. Drool? No? Okay. Well, hopefully you find a school out where you're going. And keep going. Good luck to you. What part of where you're going to?
Bone, New Hampshire.
You got family out there, or is this?
No, it's for my dad's job.
Your dad's job?
We're only supposed to do 10 push-ups.
Really? Yeah, we're supposed to do 15.
10. All right, start rolling your arm forward.
Ma'am.
Backwards.
Ma'am.
Hugs.
Ma'am.
Is it a falling down form day?
It's black belt class, doesn't matter. Arms up and down.
Ma'am.
Whatever Mr. Haynes does.
Do you know when you come in your cheeks?
When he will be in probably about 15 minutes. Hands on hips, head up and down.
Ma'am.
Left and right.
All right. This is the flat plan. Dr. Joe's 5 and 6 on Wednesday. We'll see you there. I will be there at 8.
Ear to shoulder.
Ma'am.
Head circles. Other way.
Ma'am.
And relax, reach down, touch your toes. And relax down your belly, cobra. Face. Just keep reaching down, touching your toes. Coming back up and reaching down. Slowly though. And push back, sit on your heels. And sit up, cross your legs. 5 cross leg rockers, 5 straight leg rockers, and a hip lift. Face. Start going, punching side to side. Opposite hand. There you go. Rotating those hips. Just like somebody's on the side of you trying to give them either a punch or a fist bump.
And what was the last one?
After you've done the 5 and 5, do a hip lift.
Oh, that.
Your feet stay on the floor, Mr. Pike. And relax, right leg into your chest, left leg straight out. Arms are moving, Chase. Not your head, your arms. Whole body, Chase. Switch. Switch. No, I'm standing over here. You're going to punch over here. There you go. Oh, there you go. Switch. 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 And touch for feet wide, partner B. Start going down side to side. Right, Chase, this is just a hip movement. Leg lifts. There you go. Get them as high as you can.
Okay.
And down the middle.
Stand.
Butterfly. Chase going towards the front. Lift your legs up. As high as you can. Nose to your toes. And relax, everybody stand up.
Stand.
All right. My count for 1 yo can be. Remember, feet are together. Hand station is around your mouth level, chin level. 1, 2, 3. Make sure both knees are bent right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, back leg side kick. Chase, 26. Now I'm off a little bit on counting. 27, 28. Chase,
That's a 29 moves.
It's either 27 or 28.
keep your eyes in here, please.
Good.
Borrow.
Yes.
Looking good. Make sure you watch your stances, especially with the back stance, stick stance. That's an easy transition to move it to front stance. So make sure it is both knees bent. All right, this time, every time I count, 3 moves. All right,
Yes, ma'am.
ready? 1. 3 moves, Chase. So you're at 1, Chase. There you go. 2. 3. 1 too many there, Mr. Pike. It's all right. 4. 5. 6. 3 moves.
I lost.
7. We're doing 3 moves. 8. 9. 10. Borrow.
Stop confusing me.
On a technicality, after you do that side kick, just transitioning into facing forward is technically 1 move.
Technically, yes.
Well, it's not that. It's like, well, I want to do 3 moves at 10 counts.
This form is, without doing that transition move, flows really well with 3 moves. All right, on your own, put your hands behind your back and worry about your stances. This is why I want you to do it on your own at your own speed. I want you to check each stance, making sure both feet are pointing the right direction, both knees are bent. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Your form without hands. Begin. On the 3rd movement of the form. Doesn't have her cast on anymore. Unless you
Oh, I knew that. I knew she didn't have her cast on.
And Chase had surgery on his knees, so he can't do sparring or much of on the floor activity.
Okay.
3 to 6, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's hard to hold it out here.
It's so confusing. All my legs.
Okay, bud.
Yeah, my hands on.
Your hands hurt.
Yeah, you gotta me down.
Dude, your voice is changing too.
Yeah,
What the heck?
I was changing.
Well, I didn't ask you. I didn't talk to you. All
I'm just saying.
Just on one. Once.
right, Barbie feet.
Sir.
Okay. Well, good. Relax. All right. So some things that, we talked about in the instructor class today, we're going to look at a little bit as more kind of, hit home a little bit more with, I think Hayden is the only instructor that was there. It's here now. But, as we move forward today. So let's work on that form again, going by my count. June B. So read one it up in front of the face. There you go. Good. Shoulders relaxed here. You shouldn't be like this. Shouldn't try to be a turtle. All right, here we go. You ready, Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
It's
All right. You feeling okay, buddy?
yeah.
Okay. You just sound a little hoarse, maybe. All right. As long as you don't win, we're all good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, your form. My count. 1. Straight wrists, my friends. Straight wrists. Both of them, top and bottom. Straight wrists, bent legs. You want 90 degree bend right here. And these should be far right. Okay. Perfect. And those knees are. Don't hair in your hands. Keep your hands there if you can, Chase. Okay?
No.
Thumbs to check out. There we go. 2. Three. Bear with me, Chase. We're on 3 then. Longer stance if you can. I don't know if that's needed. Good. Remember, pull those shoulder blades back together. Like you're pushing your chest out a little bit. Pinch. 4. 1. I love it. Right, I know where it's coming from. 5. Good, Mr. Jewel. 6. Check this. 7. 8. Start from the floor and do it again. You didn't hit it. That's why you're wiggling backwards. Look at that. You made the noise for. You got a black belt. Stand on your 1 foot. And 11. This hand, I want to be right there. Almost looking forward. Turn the shoulders. Don't turn the back. And then you. I know doing it by the form is hard. Our legs start to get tired and bent. Rotate your knee out. Like the foot. Like this. Just think about rocking the weight on the outside of your foot. That's what you did that surgery. Correct. 90. Elbow squares so this is not that. 12. 6. 7.
I'm fine. Okay.
So if on your height, you're looking right in your collarbone. This is better.
It was unclear whether or not that was to the throat or
Throat will be this way.
Got it, sir.
Groin is this way. Have a natural position. This couldn't feel comfortable. All right, back to me. So just in there, we talked about some of those challenges. Wrists being bent. All right, needs to be flat. It's very pronounced when we're doing double knife hands. Okay, very pronounced because you can see this, right? This is more like, hey, stop. But do you really want to block with your fingers?
No, sir.
No, we're going to block with the forearm itself. Right? So if you're doing this, you naturally will extend this arm a little more, and you'll have more of a chance of hitting with this. Here, keeping this locked out straight and at a 90-degree bend is good. Now, what is where is our line here? Where the knuckles are should be level with just right below my eye line. So now we have a few things to think about. Has to be a 90-degree bend. My knuckles are here, so I can have this, but I can't have the 90-degree bend, right? So it has to go out. Relax your arms. So let's talk about this, because everybody has different length arms. Now, when we look at UFC, you see these guys that fight, or you look at fighters, you have guys that are the same height, but one guy has 3-inch longer arms. It's reach advantage. That's why they measure it. So if that's the case, that means his would be further out because this part of his arm would move. This makes sense. So the 90-degree bend here, depending on where my eye line is, depends on where this goes, as long as my hand's in the right spot. This makes sense. So it won't look like the same for everybody.
Uncle Quentin,
Yes.
calculate Dale, please.
You just not feeling good, bud?
No.
Okay, yeah, you can. Appreciate you trying to make it.
Okay. You're welcome.
So here, right, it can change depending on how long this part of the arm is. So I just want you to know that if you're looking yourself in the mirror, this should not be flat. Look where my arm is. It's above my head. Mine's going to come down here, right? At an angle. So my hand's going to be coming out. But depending on how long this arm is, yours might have to be straight. And how long your neck is. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay? So it's different for a lot of people. You have general 2 rules. Knuckles at eye level and 90-degree bend. Everything else will float depending on arm lengths. And the angle is not 100%. Are you hearing me just fine over there? Okay, perfect. All right. What else did we notice? So we noticed this, we noticed this, we noticed this.
Leaning too far backwards, either with our torso or
Yeah, we talked about this morning too, didn't we? Here's the deal. When we talk about any type of stance, Mr. Jewell, can I borrow you? Just stand front stance right here for me. All right. Now I want you to just make your arms like this, be strong, and be in a good stance, right? If I push on you, now you're leaning back because you're falling back. There you go. Does this feel nice? I want you to feel comfortable. There you go. All right. So I push you. Grab your elbow so it's stronger. All right. You're stopping. Look up to. Don't move your body. Look up to the ceiling. Do it again. We'll check you. Make sure you're strong. Look down to the floor. What? How can just moving my head make me weaker?
If you're looking forward, the spine is gaining more strength to stay.
It's doing what?
It's bending. Spine's bending.
Thank you. Thank you. So the spine is what makes us stronger. Now, how does this apply to our stances? If our spine is contracting right here, see, I'm leaning back a little bit. How does that matter to my strikes and my blocks? Is that going to matter?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. If I try to punch something, I'm leaning back, what's going to happen when I hit it?
You're gonna move instead of whatever you're trying to punch.
You might ever done an elbow and hit something and went backwards? It's because your spine was out of alignment. Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, here, this happens some. Watch my hips. Torquing the hips down, which curves the bottom of the spine. So if we're leaning back, we're kind of curving the middle of the spine this way. We curve the bottom of the spine, we're still bending it. We're still bending it. And anytime we bend the spine, it makes us weak. It makes us weaker. Whether we bend this way, or we bend this way, or this way, anytime we bend it, it makes us weaker. Our strongest is just neutral. So when you do your stances today, and anytime you practice, you need to feel how your stance feels. Now I can correct you. I can walk up and go, you're leaning back, but you should be able to feel that. So get in a stance and make it natural. I want you to feel comfortable in that stance. So you're here, don't hold your belt, just kind of put your arms up. And we want to feel natural in the stance. And just that, watch, just a little bit of an angle. What's that? Makes us weak. That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So let's play with this idea for a minute, black belts. What if our back foot's turned? What happens to our body in a stance if our back foot is turned? Miss Becker, let me borrow you. I'm not saying you turn your foot, but I'm saying just for illustration purposes, being probably one of the strongest women in class, get a good front stance for me. And maybe you're the strongest black belt in class. Okay? Now, rotate your back foot. So, all the way sideways.
This feels wrong.
It feels wrong because it is wrong. You trained yourself to do it correctly. However, what else do you feel? You feel your...
My hips are opening and my lower spine is twisted a little.
Yes, because you're requiring yourself
to overcorrect my shoulders.
overcorrect the shoulders. So now, watch this. Look where you're going. That
Going
way.
everywhere.
Yeah, because that side's weak. Makes sense. All right? Now watch this. Don't overcorrect your shoulders. So make your shoulders sideways. We see this all the time, right? So she's doing this front stance, but she's facing the same way as her hips. Because of the foot position, you're off balance, but your body's not weak. Does this make sense? Interesting, huh? Our spine is our foundation. So as you do your forms, as you do your striking, your targets, anything that we do, we have to pay attention to what our back is doing. And that's what's going to make us strong. So now when we do our side kicks, I was getting on Mr. Barrett today because he was doing a side kick like this.
Did he turn his eyes all the way behind him?
No, he may have been looking, but he was doing this. So now that we know what we know, is that the best idea
Yes, sir.
for a strong kick? No, the best idea for a strong kick is shoulder, hip, and heel in line. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
The way to correct this is you can either do it this way, Or you can even do a side kick this way. And just make sure that your shoulders stay attached to the wall. Okay? These are all practice things that you can do. As a black belt, you get 16 to 20 classes per cycle. But in order to change something, like leaning back, you're going to have more than that. Because you might only get 10 classes of form. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to have to practice on your own. And when you practice on your own, you're going to have to be aware of what's going on and not just walking through the motions. Make sense? Okay. All right. Chin beat for your form. I'm going to turn the air off. Is it warm in here?
Yeah, it's quite warm in here, sir.
Feels warm in here. It's only 71. But I'll turn it down a little bit. All right. Your form. Probably warm outside, isn't it? Or December.
In December, it's quite warm.
Oh, well, we had a garage door or something like that to be open. I don't know why it was back there. Okay. And Jimmy, for your form. Your form, your count. When you finish, start again. Begin. Group, go ahead and start again for me. And can you angle your camera down a little bit so I can see more than just, like your shoulders? There you go. Good. All right, let me see, lady. Good. There's a little lag in there some, okay? But everything I saw looked good. The only thing I was concerned about, and it might be your camera, doing kind of like a fisheye type of idea. It seemed like when you went to the right, my right, this way, towards your chair there, it seemed like you were going more at an angle that way instead of flat to the camera, but that could be your camera. So I want you to think this is an I-shaped pattern. So it's shaped like the letter I. So you start here, you go left, you go right, come back to the middle, you go up, left, right, come back to the middle, go down, left, right. Does that make sense? So make sure the top of your form is flat. What I'm saying is it looked like the I was angled like this. Okay? So I don't know if that was your camera or not, and we can check it because I think your mom said you're coming for the instructor camp this afternoon. So, or at least I think that's what I saw. So we can check it then too, okay? But I think it looked fine. Other than that, technique looks really good. All right. Cool, cool. Keep practicing. yourself?
I may or may not have, when I was trying to chamber it, just on my elbow.
Freeze right there. What's going on with your back stance there?
Me?
No, that should be a back stance.
There's that walk.
No, it's a step to that. Step speed,
Ah, oh, jeez.
which is gonna make your spin
Yeah.
easier.
That's what I was stepping out.
Stance, eh? It should be a little bit longer on that. There you go.
Oh.
Ah! The chamber rotation was good, but your leg fell down, so you want to keep your leg level to the floor like your life. Please, Miss Becker,
Huh?
look at your back stance. Awful wide. Yeah, that's more in line.
I don't know what's what.
Mr. Reed, Nick Hyde, what am I thinking on your stances?
Fun. Just been.
Yes, sir. Got it. All right, time. Let's come back to the end. Okay, a couple of things I'm noticing. First off, spear hands are under the elbow, not in your smelly armpit. Okay, it's right here. Okay. I'm noticing a couple of movement things. I saw these in the class today, the instructor class today. Sorry, I didn't realize my water bottle was in the way. Saw these in the instructor class. Couple of things that happened. Mr. Jordan, will you shift over? So I've seen a couple of these things. First, getting ready to move. So you're here, you're ready to do your front kick. Little extra foot movement. Just a baby step. Why is it there? What's that? Maybe. In this case, if my feet are correct, what I'm doing is doing a pivot before I start my kick. Whereas I should be pivoting during the kick. So I'm here, it should be, and pivot as I kick. Here's another one. What did I do? Watch again. I went backwards before I went forwards. I got a little momentum to move. Now, two reasons for that. One, you don't feel like your leg's strong enough to lift you up. Or two, your stance isn't long enough. Let me rephrase. Your front knee is not bent deep enough. So you get here, and you go, where does my knee have to go?
Where it should have been from the start.
You hear my knee every time I move it?
Oh, yeah. I guess the same thing, sir.
So if I'm here and then I'm having to do this before I can lift myself up, what does that mean?
It takes longer to lift.
It takes longer. It's making me have to use more energy. I'm not as efficient. Now, so let's do this. If I step into a front stance. And all we're going to do is walk forward. This is easy. But pay attention to your knee. If you can just walk forward off of it, it's bent in the right spot. If you have to bend your knee to put your weight on it, you don't have it bent far enough. Pay attention to what you're doing. So if I have to make my knee bend more before I can step on it, that's a problem. I should be able to be in a good front stance and just move out of it. Because my weight's already on it.
Yeah.
Good. Are you following what we're doing here, Coop? Okay, good. Nice. All right, let's go back.
Sir.
Now, here's how you can tell, other than just movement drills. Here's a good way to tell. Can you lift the ball of your foot off the ground? The front foot. If you can lift the ball of your foot off the ground, you don't have enough weight on your foot. You should be able to lift your toes. I should be able to do a good front stance and be able to wiggle my toe. If I'm beyond that, my toes get dug in and I can't do that. If I'm beyond it, if I'm before it, I can tap my foot. If I do it right, I can't lift that part of my foot off the ground. That makes sense. This is a good indicator for you. Have I got it?
Yes, sir.
This is a good way to know, Reed, Mr. Pike, if you have your front knee bent far enough. Can you lift your whole foot off the ground? Or can you pivot the whole foot and just leave the heel on the ground? Then you don't have your knee bent far enough in front stance. No. Not move the leg, bend the knee. That's it. Now leave it there. Can you pull your whole foot off the ground? Now, can you do this without straightening your leg? So bend that front knee again. No. Okay, so we're getting confused here, Mr. Pike. Relax. And this happens a lot. We're getting confused. Stand up for me, Mr. Pike.
Yes, sir.
We're getting confused with making our knees bend with moving our feet out. This doesn't matter. This is still not a good stance. This is a stance. Right? So we make this confusion sometimes of when I say make your stance longer. That's this. That's moving the foot out. Bend your knee is not this. This. Not me. Still wiggle the toes. So when I feel the weight on my heel and on the ball of my foot, I know it's right. If I feel the weight on the ball of the foot and toes, too far forward. If I feel the weight only on my heel, too far back. Maybe right there. Solid. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are all things you guys can practice with. And if it's in the color belt form, it's in your black belt form. Okay? If those issues are in your color belt form, I promise you they're in the black belt form. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
And vice versa. If the issues are in your black belt form, they're definitely in your color belt form. Okay? All right. Speaking of which, to me, for your black belt form. Let me see, I've got second degrees, first degree, second degree. So, Marlon, let me have you switch places with Mr. Coulter here. So, yeah. I got all my first degrees together and go to, yes. There, I got my second degrees together. That works. It is an even number. So I have the second degrees attack the first degrees.
Okay, I'm down.
All right. Tight up. Attention.
Yes, sir.
Tight up means attention. Now play.
Sir.
Junbi.
Sir.
Mm. All right. Good. And your form, my count. 1.
Where does the first move end on that one, sorry?
It comes all the way down. So it's here. Oh, and don't lose your balance. Mm. 2. Punch.
A punch? I was like, I was practicing.
No, it's a tension move, and for some, I thought it was a palm punch.
It's a punch. It's a palm heel when you turn around.
That's the difference, okay.
3. 4. 5. Oh, you should. You do the kick, punch with the same hand first. Go back to the beginning real quick, start again, and get to that point.
When I do it fast, that's how it's okay.
5. Good. So hands go all the way back, Mr. Pike. So chamber for a double left hand on this side. This side. Good. So he turns here, and you step back, double right hand low. Good. His hand still goes right here. And let's see how this supposed to pull it out. And bend your knees. Get those legs stronger for kicking, brother. So think about you putting your hand on the kicker. There you go.
That's kind of kick over shit.
Is your arm falling off, hurt, or I can get back to my old ways? Like, oh, your arms are tired. That means you must need to do more exercise.
Yeah,
The old days.
like me.
Oh, you must have to do more push-ups. Make your arms and shoulders stronger.
Do push-ups.
Right before testing, we used to do form.
And 6. Good. Remember, full chambers, elbows touch. Show me.
Yeah.
Yes, good. Fingers together here, my friends. Good. 7. Okay, so second view. Thumbs are tucked here, and then they come out as you turn. More 45. Because we don't want the shoulders to turn. Because this is the front stance, right? So it's here. A little bit further away from your knee, please. Same thing. Boy, I'm gonna make you do 1,000 squats. You're gonna start bending your knees. Yeah, that's actually a big stance, so it's too long. This hand is 6 inches above your knee. What do you feel right now? 8. Here.
That's already transitioned.
Here.
Pushing some of your heels together.
Bottom was already in the outside.
And then just lift up your front heel.
Again, here, my friend. And now you got a really good rush. 11. Should be very little weight on that front foot. I used to just like kick it before.
That's only one foot that big foot.
Keep those knees bent. This is part of your black belt workout today, is working on leg strength. Good. bend the back leg, my friend. Maybe bend your back leg more. This is like a back stand, so all your weight should be on the back foot. All your weight should be on the back foot. And this foot should be like this close. Yes, now bend, yes. Whoa.
This next transition is strange to me, so.
Do it again. It's 2 steps. There's a natural step and then a backward step. That's it. So redo it again. So you're here. Hold my head on. Good. So it's a natural step. No. You step with this one. Step with the back leg. Natural step. And step. Hey, whoa. Yeah. And
Is the step the move or is the step into the tension pocket?
it's all one move.
It's all one move. Thank you.
So here it's
This time it's
what's that?
This time they're pockets.
Yes. 1. So you got step on. You got step lead. That's it. Same retracts. Front stance, please. Front stance, please. Two.
Yeah.
Hands go up, read, and then they come down. Shot. So you guys all level 1s?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're done. Relax, go back to you. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 1,
Oh, yeah.
2, 3.
We start going over.
What makes you weak?
I don't know.
Yes. 1,
Those who do.
2, 3, 4. Hmm. 5. City stands with this focus view. 6. 7. 8. Step side and yell. Looking for the target over here, sir. Do that again. The target is hurt.
Yeah.
But not actually.
1. How big of a head has that person got? Now, second release. Mindful here. When we do high techniques, a lot of times we tend to do that. And we lean back. So it's the arms move, not the core moving. Okay? I see this all the time. If you straighten up your body, you're doing this. This happens. 1. 2. 3. Down there. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 9, kick, punch, 10, 11, reinforced upset. Nice stance, please. Right. So here. One. Okay. Make sure the low block goes on the inside. First raise, and Joe, go ahead and continue practicing so you understand that.
This one block goes on the inside, or?
No, is that a low block or is that going to be something good? So you start your low block low and then bring it up. Huh? Same stance. Up over, up on the toes, double ridge handle. Under, double knife handle. You don't have to do this. Oh, finish. I probably have to do the double hand block on the punch.
I think that's
That's not the way.
the part where you repeat the word.
Wow.
Okay.
What was the last thing?
Right, like stretch.
What was the last one you did? Well, I was going to head to
Okay, in
the
front, go
side.
up quickly.
Step.
Swing as high as you can.
That's much cooler in here.
Oh, okay.
And sideways, just goes up. Your straight leg stretch.
Oh.
And then forward. Yeah. As you could. Very good, man. Okay. You're trying to move too much all at one time. So we're here. I'm going to be. All you're doing is just standing on one foot.
Okay.
My legs stay in the same position.
All right. I feel like I'm trying to deliberately lift it up.
Yes, everybody does. Everybody does. Hey, you got this foot sticking out way up in the middle of nowhere.
Understood, sir.
You're like, oh, die! No. Go.
Look like the flyers for those action hero pictures.
And then. All right, Cooper, let me see where you're at. Let me see you practice. Go back to me. Level? What level? 2, okay.
That's what I did.
Nice. Okay, back to me. Good form. What I want to see on your side kicks is knee level and then ability. So it seemed like on your left side, you went knee level and just a little bit higher. I think you can do better. Can you kick higher with your left leg? Yeah. Okay. Hey, do you have your swords? Okay. So when we practice swords, just don't clobber anything in your room. Okay. All right. Very good. So we're going to do that here in about 5 minutes if you want to go grab them. Okay.
I think I'm still kicking my foot out, but it's not near as much, yeah.
It's really just part of it is your feet are wide in your shoulders.
Oh, okay.
You just stand on one foot. And there should be a little knee bend there. And it should be on your foot. I'm going to reach back. Miss Martha, did you pay attention where your sidekick was going? All right, come on, stack. Here's my question. I see sweat on this Becker, and I don't see sweat on anybody else. You know what that tells me, Miss Leach? You're not doing your form hard enough. If you're not sweating, you're not performing your form at your level. There's one thing to be thinking about it and trying to get it done, but even then, it will help your muscle memory to do it hard. It will help your body remember what to do. But if you're doing this, it changes what happens. It's harder to remember. And in reality, we don't want to mentally remember. We want to just go through the form. We want to be able to just do the form and not think about it and think about how hard we're going to do the form. Or who's around us so I don't hit them. So, does everybody follow this line of thinking?
Yes, sir.
So this time, I'm going to do the form one more time. And I'll know if you're doing it to your potential. If you're doing it to as hard as you can. What is the benefit of doing your form? So think this way. When I go for training for firearms, there's something to be said about taking your time and getting the right motion. But then there's also training of how fast can you go and still keep the target. Make sense? How fast can you go and hit the target? Boom. How fast can you go and keep it in a pie plate? Or pie, when we go train, this is the area I'm looking for. I'm looking for a dessert paper plate. I'll put that on a piece of cardboard and I'll staple it up. That's what I'm looking to hit. From whatever distance. From this distance, I'm looking for this much space. I'm looking for everything to be in there. And I push myself till I miss. And then I train there. This goes the same for your martial arts. Firearms are just like martial arts. If you're doing your form and you're able to be perfect 100% of the time, you're not doing it hard enough. You don't have to do it faster, but you might have to kick harder You might have to block harder. You might have to punch harder. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
You're not sweating. That means you're not doing it to the edge.
So I need to punch and kick and block super hard?
Absolutely every time. When we're doing it on your own count. When you're doing it by the count, it doesn't hurt to do it either. Because you're trying to make your body remember what to do. All right, when I go to do that training, I'm every time. That's why I do it slow in the beginning. I do this motion every time. This motion is I'm pushing down the hood on my holster. Draw the weapon, turn it, and point it out. Keeping everybody around me safe and me safe. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
That's the motion. Boom, out. Boom, out. And then my motion is this. After I finish, I go here, and then I go there. I know these motions. It's no different than doing a form. Can I do it hard enough? Can I do it hard enough that if you were close enough to try to hit me, that I could do it and punch you with the barrel? That's not hurt. I wish you that hard. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Everything is martial arts. Everything you do in life can be martial arts. So you practice your spelling words, those of you who are young enough to still have spelling words, and try to go as fast as you can and still get it right. When I was a kid, they used to give us sheets of words, or sheets of math, and you had how fast can you get it done?
You had at most like 2 minutes to do 35 of them or something like that.
How fast can you get done? Why do you think that is? Because they want you to do it here. Just go, oh, this. Recognize it, not go, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
It's no different. Same. Yes, you look kind of paly. See right there. You feel like you're gonna. Would you go grab her a trash can just in case? You feel like you're gonna go, take the trash can with you. And then while it's in the trash can, I'm gonna take the belt off. So if you feel like you're gonna get ill, hug that and walk back to the bathroom. Okay. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Last time you ate, sweetheart. When's the last time you ate? So you've eaten in the last little bit, so okay, you're fine. You don't have to sit it there. I think you can probably feel if you're gonna vomit, unless you feel like you're gonna vomit now. Well, then hug that and take it to the bathroom. And Miss Jill will help you out. Milo's not feeling well. Those are your instructors, that's the proper protocol, because we don't want a code green on the floor. We'd rather have a code green in the trash can. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
You want to fill in here, Mr. Joel? What's that?
I grew up in a class.
That's why we instituted take the trash can with you.
Sounds like 3 people in this class today. So that's like 3 people doing a class today.
3, 2,
Two.
just the Bartlett's. All right, Jimmy, you form your account with power. It should be shown with part there, sir. And begin. Make sure these are punches, not palm heels, first degrees. Redo it again. You were doing palm heels. So it goes here, goes on your hip, palm down, and then twists on the way up. It's an upset punch.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not. This, watch my hand. It's gonna push straight out and twist. Close to this, like on your phone. So,
So it's this?
yes, sir, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Stuck, or you just leaning back? Probably is, but you're leaning back. Timing. When your foot hits is when you finish the punch. It's too early. Needs to be together. There you go.
I'm just going to do the stick.
Hard. Joe, what are your folks like? Please, grab one of those folks there. Oh, hit it. See the difference in how you're actually doing movements? Both target. Do it like you mean it. Yes. Now, elbow. Hit it. Put your hand behind it so you know where it's at.
Oh.
Oh. Think about it. I want you to make logistic. If I'm here and I do this, am I going to grab somebody from way back here at elbow?
Probably not.
They're right there. Hmm? Ah. This is what I'm talking about. Really? This is what I'm talking about.
You know what you're talking about.
Back to me. I'm so far just kind of walking through the technique. With that back fist that does damage to somebody. Every movement that we do, when we do a hard movement, needs to be able to do damage. That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
If it's not, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not training your body to be strong enough to defend itself when you punch. If you didn't have the distance and you're right here, you had to throw that punch. How would you throw that punch? You try to knock him into kingdom come. And knock his soul out of his body, right?
Make sure he doesn't attack again.
That's what we're talking about. Yes? When you're doing something slow, that's finesse. It's supposed to be pretty. It's artistic. Then, every move is to
That's all I got.
put a hole in somebody. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
To get stronger, get in better shape, you do your form in these manners. You want to be stronger?
Sir,
Start doing your form with strength
sir,
every time.
sir.
Don't settle for mediocrity. Means being common.
Sir.
Don't be the common martial artist. Be the exceptional martial artist. Be that person who looks at you and goes, wow, you're only a first degree? Would that be cool?
Yes.
Instead of going, really? I thought you were like a second or a third degree. Would that be a cool thing to have?
Yes, sir.
Work hard and become a second degree. You have to look like a second degree to be a second degree. That change your mental thought? I'm not a first degree level 4. I'm training to be a second degree, so I need to start looking like a second degree. Or third degree, in your case. Right? I'm getting ready to be a third degree. I need to look like a third degree before I'll be allowed to be a third degree. Make sense?
Sir.
Okay. Attention.
Sir.
Okay?
Sir.
You've only got 10 minutes. Get your swords. Get your wooden swords if you have it. You don't have one yet. I'll get one.
I have no sword.
Why don't you have one yet?
I don't know.
It's just an on part.
I can do this.
If it's hitting the ribs, then yes, it is. Pretty close. I need to get like some sort of part for this because my hands are electrical tape.
I'm 11 years old.
I say electrical tape is easier to remove. Something like duct tape. Yeah. I have so much duct tape at my house. I used to make stuff with duct tape, so I have this bin. It's probably about pretty big. It's a good size. I mean, it's just full of duct
I was
tape.
training to get my first degree since I was a green belt. Wow, I wanted it. Mostly because I wanted to catch it. I wanted to just get 3 belts. Okay? What? How? That was good.
So are we supposed to have those white rings on them?
Oh,
Okay.
you don't have to. Did you not put your white ring on yours?
Well, I have it at home because I didn't know if I was supposed to use it or
The white ring is supposed to hold the plastic piece on
not.
it.
So you put it like there.
I don't even have it. So.
It doesn't go quite all the way to the ridge. I don't know if that's a bad thing. It's like just a tiny bit of space. I might just be not strong enough to put it on there.
Oh, what's wrong way?
Thank you.
No, just wait a little bit.
Okay, cool.
So that ring hold it on.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Cooper, are you still there? Yay! Oh, you're outside now, so you don't hit anything with your sword. I love it. Okay. From here, let's go through our 12 strikes, okay? So, left hand weapon, on the hip. Tension, open. So turn your wrist, slide it out, down, and then bring it to your left side. Sure. All right. First 2 strikes. Over the head, down to the head, then down the middle. Okay?
Should we sit on a little wider stance on
Yes,
the
please.
too?
All right, so when we do this, first of all, hands are not together like a baseball bat. They are separate. 2, the tip never goes down. If the tip goes down, please, then you don't have a good grip. So tip never goes down, right? Now you have a good solid grip. Tip goes down, you don't have a grip,
No, I don't, sir.
okay? So, you never do this. Always this. Keep solid using the web of your hand. All right, so this is 1, 2, down the middle. Don't let it down. So 1 to the head, 2 down to the middle of the body. 3, from the right side across. 4, cross. 5, cross, and, oh yeah, let's talk about this one, because we didn't do this one the other day. All right, so from here, as it comes across, here, wrist turns over, back of the sword hits my shoulder.
That makes sense.
This,
So I don't want to spin my wrist on the sword. I want to actually just rotate it over. So it's going to come over, blade first, flip.
If you don't want it off your-
So blade first, flip. Yes, that's it, Coop. Okay, so it comes across. This is 4, 5. So think about you're cutting, right? So when can I stop cutting? I'm coming across, coming across, coming across. Now, boom. Come across, come across, come across. Now. Now from here, drops down, right side, 45 up, 45 up. Okay, so remember, the round part is your blade. This is not your blade. Round part is the blade. So we're going to eventually strike down at my head. We're going to practice. We don't want to hit the tip because that's my cutting. This is my blocking area. Look. Now my tip is pretty clean. Look at this mess. No bueno. I wouldn't want my sword to look like that. Up here, where I'm trying to slice. Here, this can be all sorts of jacked up. Okay. So again, 7, 8. Okay, so let's go through all of those first. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
easy now.
Okay, 9, straight up. 10, straight up. So you're cutting up the middle. Yes,
So 9, 10, bomb and goes.
please. Blade. You're like handcuffing. You're turning your. Don't turn the sword. Put your sword like this. It's upside down. There you go. I saw you do this.
Sorry.
Good. Now do the other side. Why are you rotating your hand on your sword?
I don't know.
Hand stays in the same spot. Think about if you just had one hand, you couldn't adjust.
Well, you want to bend your elbow. Your elbow is currently locked.
You're like this, straight arm. Put me in straight arm. Bang.
Oh. Okay, I thought you just meant maybe one elbow, and I'm like, how am I supposed to?
All right, 11 and 12. Comes to one side, blade goes up. Vertical, in, comes to the other side, in. In reality though, you would actually want it to be flat, so it could go between ribs, and then you'd spin it.
Hmm.
And your ribs don't like being separated.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see that.
So it'd be here, there. Otherwise, if I hit ribs here, it stops me. You climb up. So it's like that. So as I'm coming, it's flat, 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 rotate. Flat, 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 rotate. So ribs, it goes between the ribs and then turns. Make sense? So if you hit the ribs, it goes through. Okay, just understand what we're doing here. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Right? And you be shown in the after. In the end of the world, you can be me shown and be really good with a sword. So 12 strikes. Do them one more time. So from here. 1 head, 2 body, 3 slash, 4 slash, 5 cross, 6 cross, 7 45 up, 8 45 up, 9 directly up, 10 directly up, 11 right side, 12 left side. Those are your 12 strikes. Your mama forgot to ask. All right. Questions? Okay, put your sword up. Sling the blood. So you're here, sling the blood. Get it off your blade. Make an L. Put it on your left hip. Put the back of the sword on your thumb and finger. On the top, so I can slide it and not cut myself. I am, like this. Yes. This is here. Slide. And when it gets past, it goes in this case. Okay? So once you draw it, you put the back, you're here, you put the back of your sword on your thumb and finger. You're going to slide it. Once you feel the tip, miss, you tip it into your scabbard. Cooper, you've timed out. You're like staring. You're not moving at all in my picture. All right. Everybody got it?
Sir.
Okay, very good.
I
And,
think we lost her.
well, looks like it. Okay. Relax. Attention. Weapon should be on your left. So turn it back like you have it in a scabbard. Yes. There's Cooper.
Yeah.
She made it back. Oh, we were just finishing up, ma'am.
Yeah, class was always like.
All right, did you see everything or did you get dropped off?
I think I got dropped off.
Okay, so when you're putting your sword up, you're slinging the blood. Make an L with your fingers. Put it on your hip. Put the back of the sword on your finger and thumb. You're drawing it. Once you clear the finger, it tips and goes in. Okay? So it looks like this in reality. 1. Okay?
One.
Yes.
Actually, 2. So I'm pretty sure sword thing is required for testing, right?
Yes. We are going to be requiring it for testing this time.
And I know you do the 12 hits, but do you do the thing where you take this out and the thing where you?
Yes, you will need to know that.
You
Is
said
that all we're gonna need to know for this cycle?
That is all we're going to need to know for this cycle.
Oh, okay.
We will institute blocking next cycle.
Oh, God.
we get back to.
So it'll be like this. It'll be, I'll do 1. So you do 1. Like 1. Like this. Boom, boom. They're wood swords for a reason. My grandma had tighter than that. The other side. Do it again.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Then we'll build up to where you do 1. I don't know. You want, you'd be dead at that point.
I didn't think we were gonna do that.
That's the point. Okay. We'll start doing 1 steps for the 3rd cycle.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because it is not like Star Wars or all these movies where they go ching, 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 ching. It doesn't work that way.
And they're going.
Most likely it was, here, you might get one block, done. Timer's over. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Set.
Good. All right. Attention.
Sir.
Balcony.
Sir.
Have a great rest of the weekend. Instructors will be ready in just a half an hour. All right, let's go. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, sir.